For years, low back pain has been an enigma inside of a mystery. How do you evaluate how the lumbar spine functions? And Arthur Jones, who invented Nautilus exercise equipment, surmised that the treatment of chronic back pain could be revolutionized if we could isolate the weak area. Just like my four fingers here represent the legs, hips, and pelvis, this represents the low back. They all work together. Everything works together, and the complicating factor in low back exercise is the legs, hips, and pelvis all work together in synchronization with the lumbar spine. He said if we could invent a machine that would completely immobilize the legs, hips, and pelvis and force the low back to do all the work, just like a chain is no stronger than its weakest link, the spine is no stronger than its weakest disc. It took 17 years and $50 million of research to invent this technology because he's a very sophisticated mechanical engineer. So what the patient does, he sits in here. We have a wide belt that goes over his legs. We have this that goes over the foreleg. A plate that we crank up that drives the femurs into the pelvis so he can't even raise his heels a half inch. He's got a headrest here. And what we do is we measure his strength in 7 positions isometrically. We have it on a graph here. And isometrics is like pushing against the wall. The wall doesn't move, but your muscles still exert force. So the computer measures how many foot-pounds of force you can exert in any position. Once we establish his baseline, we put him on the machine. So she's going to demonstrate how we put the patient on the machine. And what they do then, we start at 50% of their maximum strength. And they slowly push back and slowly come all the way forward. The machine pushes them forward, all the way forward as far as he can. And then he pushes back slowly over 4 seconds until he hears a beep. And then slowly comes forward all the way. The machine will actually push the patient forward. You're resisting both directions. So you're getting positive resistance and negative resistance. And the patient does this until he says, I can't move, until he's completely exhausted and the muscles are fatigued in the lumbar spine. So it causes rapid regeneration of lumbar muscles. It causes the nerves to fire into the muscle. So people with chronic back pain, if movement causes pain, we don't want to move because it hurts. The less you move, the weaker the muscles get. The weaker the muscles, the more stress affects them. The more stress, the more pain. The more pain, the less they move. So it goes through a vicious cycle, developing chronic pain. So the key is, if we can get through some of that pain cycle and isolate the weak area, this is designed around safety. We've had people in their 80s and 90s get on this machine. It feels very comfortable. But when this machine was invented, he tested it on 100 strongest men in Florida. People like Dick Buckus, football players, bodybuilders, and he doubled to quadrupled their back strength in 8 to 12 weeks. These are people who work out 3 times a week for years. So the missing link in treatment of chronic back pain is in isolating the weak area and making it strong. So we're proud to say we were one of the first clinics in the country to invest in this equipment. I've had patients on this machine that have been in wheelchairs up to 3.5 years that haven't been in a wheelchair since. We've had people who've had back pain for many, many years get rid of their back pain going through this rehab program. So we have to strengthen muscles. Muscles move bones, bones don't move muscles. So you can see how easy this is. The patient just sits in here, slowly moves forward and backward, and you can really feel the low back get a workout as opposed to any other type of rehab program. This is unique. And it's very safe, it's very comfortable to the patient. We also have a similar machine that immobilizes the trunk area for people who've been in auto accidents, for the cervical spine and the neck region to strengthen all the neck muscles. And each visit, the patient gets stronger. We increase the weight resistance 5 to 10% every visit when they come in, depending on how they reacted to the treatment the time before. But we have had people up to 3,000-4,000% stronger in just 8 to 12 weeks. So it's exciting to help people that have had chronic back pain. You don't have to learn to live with it. You don't have to live on pills, and you don't have to have surgery with all the complications.